Grab a green microfiber from the side here, just so it's actually more applicable. So this is one of my biohazard builds, and these are kind of a pain in the ass to do, but I like them in the end. So this is on one of my custom bun straps. So fits the case back perfect, but as you can see, you can push it in and it can drop down a little bit. But what the whole point of it is it's supposed to be where this is kind of flush with each other. So it can, whenever it goes on your wrist, it's actually, I don't know if the camera can tell that, but it's actually pushed up in there and fits, right? So, but the thing with these are, you can remove them if you want to remove the bun strap. This side's the easy side, obviously, right? So it comes right off. This side, not as easy. You just gotta use a pry bar tool, pop off this to slide this part off. And then you would have a nice two-piece leather on there. So branded them. This is my RA-88 line. Strap that back on there. And then what I'd like to do is tie the stitch into here with the edge paint and the stitch on the keeper. And then since I did that one in green, decided I will do a green biohazard dial. Yeah, it kind of fits around there. I mean, that hole is quite large. Over time, I'd say it fits a little bit snugger, tighter. But, so green biohazard dial. And then what I did with this, the base of this is a jade mix paint that I did. It's kind of like an emerald-esque color, a little bit of sparkle to it. And then I laid a top coat of mix for lume, sprinkled some green through and some yellow through, and then scraped it, and then baked it. So I've got a little bit of texture to it. Then I clear coated it. And then I went back in and I did ultra bright green pips on it. The handset on it's just a white handset, and that's a custom painted white hand with a green dot on it. And then your case we've got here, this is a chemical stripped case that I brushed thereafter. Just kind of like loosely brushed it just so that it would just kind of have a distorted look to it. It's Box Talk engraved on the side. Then the bezel on this, multiple stages on this. This was chemical stripped, then yellow filled with lume, then brushed out where some of it would come out, then backfilled with green lume, then brushed out to see what would be left, then filled again with a green yellow mix. Then I clear coated it, let that kind of like lock down in there, bake it, and then I went back in and I used a brush on it and kind of gave it a kind of a spin look to it. So everything's kind of like a distorted kind of interesting lume look to it. So you can see with the dial there, we've got some green throughout. Now it's not showing up as well in the camera, but see, like part of the 40's gone, part of the 5's gone. I was trying to get some of that knocked out just a little bit, and some more might knock out over time, but it's locked in there decently good. But just to give it a roughed up look, get the biohazard logo on the crown on it, and that is the build as a whole. So as you saw back here, large window exhibition case back, steel movement holder, black rotor, that distorted or that brushed distressed case. I didn't do anything with the crown, I left it the same, and that is the build as a whole. Now the matching beads to go with it, these are also got some lume ones in there too, so those cream colored ones are actually lume beads to mix with it. So you've got multiple options with the bund. You can take the bund off if it's too thick, but I'm kind of a fan of the bund strap. So So you got a nice two-piece Horween leather on it. You've got a distressed case, an extra distressed bezel on there. The way I put the lume in there was just kind of, however it would lay, it was what it would lay, and went with it, so it was good. So that is the build as a whole. Comes with the radioactive style box. Just to go over this, I put the bezel on there decently tight, but you can turn it. You can turn it left. You can turn it right. But these are held on with a tension ring, so it will not click. These are automatic mechanicals, so you can wind them. You can put them on a winder, or you can wear them. But if it's completely dead, unscrew your crown where it comes right off your tubes, where you can hear it clicking. Now you can wind it. Now it will be a little extra special to wind because you've got the back side of the bund here, right? But if you're professional, you can still do it. So I kind of do it from the side. I'm rolling my thumb. This is the part that winds it. Backside doesn't do anything. So when it winds this way, it's actually winding it. This way, it's not winding it. But if you do this for about 5 seconds before you wear it, even if you're not very active, you'll keep it rolling. If you do it something closer to 20 seconds, it will roll through the night. You've got a 31-hour power reserve on it. But you can wind it all day. It will never max out the power reserve. Well, I mean, it will max it out. It just won't put any more strain on that mainspring. If you pull it to the one and only click, you can now set your time. And it's not a hacking movement, so that's going to keep ticking around. And you'll notice you've got a wobble crown that will flex this way and that way, back and forth. That is to deflect lateral pressure on the movement by not transferring it into the crown. And it is a design feature. Okay, Google, what time is it? It's 2:51 p.m. So we're on around a bit. I destroyed my hand putting that bezel on. See that right there? That's destruction from grabbing the bezel and trying to snap it on. So, good times. But it's on nice and tight. Also makes it nice and easy to thread that right back on and go down. So that is the build as a whole. Hope you guys like it. And as always, the builds come with watch cleaner. This keeps your watch perfectly clean. This is good on all glass and metal parts. Non-toxic, non-residue, non-streaking. Leather conditioner to keep that strap perfect. Add a little bit maybe every 6 months. It's just rub it on, let it sit, and then buff off any excess like you would on boots. And then lastly, you're going to have some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged. It's essentially polywatch. The purpose of it is this is an acrylic glass. You can scratch it. If you do, just put a little bit on it and buff against it, filling that scratch, and utilize something like the included microfiber to generate some heat behind your thumb. And in about 15 seconds, it will be gone. So hopefully you like this build. It is a full lume, full dirty lume and bezel build in a distressed case with a distressed bezel on a two-piece custom bund radioactive strap, my RA-88 line, with matching keeper and stitch to the dial. So that's the build, guys. And if you want to see builds like this in the future, just like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks for your time.